Hey, brothers and sisters, what's up? This is going to be an important video. And I've been following Google's and YouTube's announcements that they have been putting out, not really intended for us, the Afro peoples, and the indigenous groups of the United States, the Aboriginals. But this one is quite alarming, so pay attention. This is a video, and my um, commentary on it, that this is a video and commentary that should be shared as much as you can. Again, don't forget to thumbs up the video if you watch the video. All right, brothers and sisters, if you're a brother and sister watching this video and 100 of y'all watch it, there should be 100 thumbs up. All right, we got to do something about this algorithm that's keeping our voices hidden. Oh, and trust me, they're intentionally keeping the voices of minorities and minority content hidden. Is getting to the point that if whoever's running Google do not approve of your stance on anything or your content, they will make sure to bury your stuff not to be heard by anyone, not even your subscribers. That's kind of what's going on now. You know, the censorship, the shutting down of minority voices and content. And where do I get this idea? Well, straight from the horse's mouth is a good way to get it. So I asked this question: what is the real deal on YouTube? All right. Now, let me greet everybody real quick. Hola, gudak. Oi, tudo bem? Vocês los, bonjour mes amis. Kedu pawani konnichiwa. Ni hao ni ama. Sani bonani. Jambo habarigani. Assalamu alaikum and shalom. There's a reason I got Kim Jong-un and South Korea to start off this video. You know, something is kind of eerie for a company that pretty much owns exclusively what thoughts get put out, which thoughts get searched for. How specific can they be? Like, if you want to search for black men, white woman, just do that search. Well, what'll come up is white men and black women. As a matter of fact, it will come up half and half. But you search specifically for black men, white woman, not interracial dating. Understand that. When you search the other way, white men, black women, what come up almost exclusively is only white men, black women. Now, given the recent data that shows that there are, first of all, more Afro men are married than black women. That's one. Then two, even though most Afro men choose to marry black women, there are more Afro men that are married to white women and the other than there are black women that are married to white men and the other. So then why, when you do a search on Google, does it represent the opposite of what the truth is? Oh, it's deeper than that. But before we get into that, let me remind you, let's get them thumbs up. Very, very important. As you hear my voice, get the thumbs up, right? Like, share, subscribe. And when you subscribe, click the notification bell. It's getting to the point where that might not matter. And we might have to go to Facebook in order to, and that is a good source for us to do our ideas. All right. You're not going to earn anything off of it. All right. But it's getting to the point where you're not earning anything off of Google either. All right. So donate to my PayPal me if you can. And by if you can, you always take care of home first. All right, brothers, y'all know the deal. Y'all know what I stand for. I stand for us being a good steward over our home first. And then if you have some abundance, then you send some my way if you care to do that. And I'm hoping that we get into a situation where we all could do what I do for people. But right now we all can't, because even with this thing right now, Google is showing that, oh, we're going to cut income from the people that were making income when it was YouTube for having ideas and speaking up for their community. Nope, we don't want that kind of thought or things no longer on this platform. Who's making these decisions? All right. Now, so this is the thing, and this is the guy that comes out and gives you an update on what Google and YouTube is going to do. And this is what he had to say. Now I want you to pay attention.
Claims. Next, we are reducing the recommendations that we make in Watch Next for borderline content. That's content that...
Watch this. What they consider borderline content. Watch this definition.
Isn't violative of community guidelines such that it should be removed from the platform, but it has information that could misinform users in very...
It has information that could misinform users. Who determines what is misinforming, and what's not misinforming users? Google. In other words, liberal people at Google is going to determine what information misinforms people, while at the same time determining what they consider as information that they find informative to people. Ooh, that sounds eerily like a country that we know.
Harmful ways. So examples are, if there's a video that claims to have a miracle cure for a very serious illness, or if there's a video that's about the earth being flat.
Wait a minute. So they don't want you to have any ideas outside of the already erroneous science. Now, I'm not going to argue the earth flat thing, but I understand the premise. Just because a bunch of people came, destroyed the countries, destroyed cultures, destroyed the science that was more true than what we're getting now, these groups of people get to decide what real science is. And people are coming up with other ideas. Understand this. And they're saying that if you come up with an idea that is contrary to not popular belief, but the belief that Google wants you to have, understand this, then they will silence that voice.
Or false claims about historical events, major historical events like...
Now, understand this. False claim about major historical events. Everything white people and any other people that's running this system have told us about historical events has been a lie. Everything that we now come to know, given the record of the people, you can assume is a lie. So who is Google and who do they think they are to tell us what's going to be true or not? But look at the example they give. Something that the government is worried about, the truth about a particular event. Well, let's let him tell it.
9/11. So this is
9/11. 9/11. I want you to understand this for a minute. 9/11. That was a lie straight out of the pits and the mouths of the government, and we all know it. That got us in a war that destroyed the lives of many innocent people of 9/11. Remember, no matter what they may say the lie is, were the buildings blown up, this, that, or the other, whatever, whatnot, what we know absolutely for sure that Saddam Hussein in Iraq was not behind 9/11, but they're still getting the blame. Why? Because the people that's spreading the lies and the false doctrines are the government and the people that keep telling you that Iraq had something to do with 9/11, and they didn't. Remember, and Google shut this down, but it was the truth. It was a news article when I reported who, wait a minute, all the hijackers were. I had all the names of the hijackers. I made a video and put it up, and Google had the channel taken down. But wait a minute, where did I get that information from? Oh, yeah, I got the information from the news. Because unlike a lot of other people, I paid attention to who did this to us, because I was just as mad as everybody else, but I wanted to be mad at the right people. Turned out they were all from Saudi Arabia, financed from Saudi Arabia. Oh, wait a minute, not all from Saudi Arabia. United Arab Emirates. Two was from the United Arab Emirates. How are they significant? Oh, we gave them two of our U.S. seaports. Or at least tried to until people rose up. And the other two was from Lebanon. 15 from Saudi Arabia, 2 from United Arab Emirates, 2 from Lebanon. So we've been lied to, right? But who Google is coming after is the people telling the truth. Oh, and they want a way to silence people that are waking up Afro people in our community with the true facts about what is going on. Scientifically true, statistically true, empirically true, newsworthy true. Because it's all been about the elimination of us anyway. And how do you eliminate the people? You don't let them know what the truth is or how it's being done. A smoke screen. Period.
Only represents less than 1% of all videos. It does not impact subscribers or search, but it will for our watch next recommendations and our recommendations in general. Next.
Let me explain something to you all. If you cannot see the eerie parallels between Google and YouTube and North Korea, I mean, this is eerily paralleling them or China per se. Only it's a company doing it. But here's the problem with Google. Almost everything is starting to be run through Google. You can't get nothing on your phone. Your phone won't even operate properly if you don't sign into Google. Google is becoming a monopoly, and as such, they are trying to control everybody through their product. All right? And if you can't see what's happening, and they're starting with the minorities, and yes, the Afro men specifically, because you know the Democrats, the liberals and stuff, every program that was detrimental to us came from out of them. From the Civil War, the fight for slavery, Democrats, to the poll taxes and Democrats, to stopping us from voting, Democrats, to stopping the civil rights marches, Democrats, to the assassination of people that stood up to be leaders that were black, Democrats, even to their own Bobby Kennedy, John F. Kennedy, the KKK, Democrats, Police brutality and the police union, Democrat. The teachers union, Democrat. Anything that has a union, Democrat. From all of this, they are trying to silence those of us that are trying to wake up not only our people, but other minorities. And yes, if you're a Caucasian male, you're going to find yourself living in a system that is run on the whims of women who wants you destroyed next. How do we know that? Me too. Where most of these cases are fake. And that's also a statistical fact. So they're not going against ideas that are like flat earth. They're going against any idea that is going to be against the status quo, even though most of the historical lies has come from our government itself, the universities itself, and primarily the high schools that are teaching them. That's why I keep saying, brothers and sisters, you better watch it. And it's all who can get in contact with the brother and sister. There are parallels between what Google is doing on YouTube and other countries that censor their citizens. If you don't see it yet, you'll see it soon enough. My final thoughts, y'all. Y'all know what kind of gung fu this is, right? Brothers and sisters, wake up. Wake up. Google has a lot of power because they run a lot of things. And look at what they're doing to YouTube. Look at what they're doing to the minority and the minority voices on YouTube. How did they get into the type of censorship that you saw in Nazi Germany and all the rest of that? You get all the people to agree to silence the minority. Then soon enough, you have the majority following the will of the overseers that controls these kind of platforms. That should be a frightening thing. What Google is doing should be a frightening thing to everyone. With that said, I'm out. Oh, and just in case they decide to check my channel down over this video, I will post this particular video after such time, if they do that, on Facebook, because I know it don't violate. Somehow or another, me telling the truth seems to violate a whole hell of a lot on Google, to the point where at one time I had 0 seconds of views. Pay attention. And now they're making sure people don't see my channel at all. Pay attention.